But someone watching this right now saying, yeah, but I don't want to go to a HBCU because the experience, I'm going to go to a PWI because this PWI may have a better name.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they choose an HBCU like BUU over a PWI that may have that name per se?
Let me answer that.
Yep.
Okay. 2 words. Robin Davis.
Dean Gons.
See, here's the mistake we're making. There is success wherever you choose to thrive. The courage is to not be manipulated by the illusion that somehow success is attached to something that doesn't look like you.
Yes. Yeah.
Ooh, say that again, Bishop.
That in some way, I've got to be different from who I am to be successful in their system. So many of us don't understand that they don't really want us there. I mean, no. Let's be real. They don't really want us there. And with this new administration and with this new Supreme Court, they no longer have the legal responsibility to operate from quotas. There's no more diversity, equity, and inclusion. The admissions processes are going to now take into account stuff on that application that has nothing to do with what clubs you were in. No, let's be real. Reality is that HBCUs developed Robin Davis.
Can I jump in on that? The other piece is this. HBCUs care about your life today and your future tomorrow.
Absolutely.
That's what we care about. Where you are now and where you want to go, and we help to propel you to show you how to get there, right?
Yep.
With no falsehoods, with not being pretentious, being true to who we are and who you are. And you could be who you are, right? Listen, let me tell you something. At an HBCU, you have so many people who have been at PWIs and now back at an HBCU. So it doesn't matter. It's not like you're getting less of an education. If anything, you're getting more of an education because we went out there. We had to operate not being who we are in order to get what we needed to get, if you know what I'm saying. Right? You know, that silent code. And we're the only community that can turn it on and off. You walk in one room, you one way. You walk in another room, you're another way. Right? Others can be the same way the whole time. But at an HBCU, you're always who you are. And we as professors, we're going to give you all what we can give you. Let me tell you something. I've been in rooms doing billion-dollar deals, not million. Let me say that again. Billion-dollar deals. Some of the counterparts at the other schools haven't. So you don't know what you're getting at an HBCU.
No, that's real. And I think one of the things that I've been able to experience is I don't feel like I'm just another number. And I'll just be vulnerable and honest with the world, man. I almost backed out. And these 2 individuals was like, nah, you ain't going nowhere. You're not going to go over here. You're not going to do that. And I felt the love. I felt the genuine concern. And one thing that both you and what's so funny is that both of y'all called me at separate times, but all of you all talked about my present and my future. You talked about, hey, Anthony, I know what God has put on your heart, and we're going to help you get there, not just get you through class. We can say, hey, Anthony graduated from here. But I heard from both of you all, I was like, yo, we want to help you better, to better serve the Black church, to better serve your people who are called to you, but then also to give you education so that way your future is even better. And I know people at PWIs. I've gone to a PWI, and I was just another number. They didn't care about my position. They didn't care about my life. They just wanted to have me as another number. And so I just think that's another thing that we have at HBCUs that really everyone needs to account for. But the majority of people who watch my show are not 18 and younger. The majority of people who are watching my show are working adults. And they are working adults, single mothers, maybe be family people. They're already working a full-time job. Some of them are in ministry, Bishop Guns, Dean Guns. Some of them are in the corporate America space, Dean Davis. And they're saying, yo, I want to go back to school, right? But there's two main concerns which y'all to talk about. It's one of them may be, I'm busy. Like I got kids, I got a full-time job, but I'm busy. So I want you to talk about Dean Davis, the executive MBA. Then Dean Guns, I think there's a lot of young guys out there who are called to the ministry. And they have, I'm going to be honest with you, you can address this. They have a lot of pastors who say seminary school, it ain't all that. You're going to get confused. They're going to lead you down the wrong path. But they're saying, man, I want to learn the Bible more.
Here is the truth. I am always looking for practical ways to help you build, right, wealth, specifically generational wealth and legacy. And one of the best ways you can do that is with life insurance. That's why I partner with my friends at Ethos. They made buying life insurance simple and hassle-free. Whether you are the main provider for your family or want to make sure your loved ones aren't left with financial burdens like debt, life insurance is a powerful way to provide financial security. As a business owner and a homeowner, I took this seriously and secured a $2 million life insurance policy through Ethos. Why? Because having a peace of mind, knowing my family will be cared for when I'm no longer here, is extremely priceless. What I love about Ethos is their quick and straightforward process. You can apply entirely online in as little as 10 minutes. I'm not even exaggerating. I did it myself. Listen, no medical exams, just a few health questions that you must answer honestly. Plus, it's affordable, making it easier to protect your family without breaking the bank. Listen, I want you to lock in your rate today by visiting anthonyoneal.com/life insurance or click the link below to get your personalized free quote today. Listen, as we're getting back to the show, I want you to protect your loved ones. Don't play around with it. Be like me. I promise you. It's a hard conversation to have, but you will sleep peacefully knowing that you took care of your family. Go to anthonyoneal.com/life insurance. And let's get back to the show to help you keep building this wealth.
But I'm working full-time as well. I don't know. So I want you to speak to why the School of Theology is good, and Dean Davis, how you, as a working individual, you can still get your degree, whether that's finish your bachelor's or get your executive on both sides. So I'll leave with Dean Davis first.
Okay. All right. First of all, time waits for no one. Because if you stop and just sit and think, where were you 10 years ago? Okay, think about that. And then say, where were you 10 years before that? And if you go back and look at that, that's 2 decades. 20 years went by just like that, right? So with our executive MBA, what we did, we made it user time friendly for you, right? So for instance, it's only 11 classes. 11 classes. If you're on the MDev, only 7, right? 11 classes, 33 hours. But guess what? At Union, we have 2 tracks, 2 8-week tracks. So you could do 2, that's 4 classes. In the spring, you can go 2, another 2. Summer, you done, right? And then you only go 1 night a week from 6 o'clock to 10. So you got 2 classes in 8 weeks. You got a class on a Tuesday night, a class on a Thursday night. You only go from 6 to 10 a night. You're done. No excuse. And guess what? You still work. You can still make your money. Because that's one of the biggest things. People are like, I can't do it because I can't give up my job. No, you just give up time, commitment, and you got to be dedicated. Because I'm going to tell you, DU's no joke now. There ain't no joke. Because let me tell you, those faculty members, got some of the best faculty members in the country. They're from all over. Zimbabwe, Dubai. I mean, they're all over the world. So don't think it's going to be easy. It's rigorous, but that's what you want. All right, pass it off to my.
Now, before the bishop go, because he about to preach this, right? He won't come for us. I'm gonna tell you that's right now. I want to agree with Dean. It is not easy, but I also want to say this as a guy who's running a multiple 7-figure business, also teaching for the dean in the consumer economics, which is such an hour, taking 2 classes, currently on book tour, writing my 4th book, right? I'm still in class. And here's what I would definitely say about HBCUs. They don't play. So like, I want y'all to hear this clearly. They ain't giving me no degree. I'm telling you that right now. These jokers are making me work every inch of this thing, right? But it's like, what I love about it is that it is only one night. And what I love is they give you the plan from the very beginning on your syllabus. If you follow that syllabus, you will be all right. And it's like, man, I haven't had an issue, but I'm not going to say it's super hard. It's doable. Like, because I'm looking at the end of this time. By this time next year in May, y'all, your boy will be done with his education as far as on the executive MBA route. And just think of the wealth of information I will have that better serves the community, because I gave myself 4 hours a night and possibly made about 10 hours throughout the week to read, study my assignments. That's just going to be so much better. So we're going to put all the information inside of the show notes on how you can check out Virginia Union. But for those of you all who are saying, you know what, I'm called to ministry. I've had a mixture of pastors tell me, seminary, it's just not, it's gonna mess your head up. And I've had a lot of pastors say, yeah, not seminary, go to seminary school. And I've had go to this school or that school. But then of course, I've always heard of Virginia Union. So I said, y'all, I want to go here. But Bishop, I want you to talk to that, because you've been in the ministry for years. And I know you probably know pastors who've said seminary is not for preachers. It just messes up the approach to the scripture. So what would you say to that young preacher, man and or woman, who's struggling on that fence about getting that seminary degree?
All right. So it does mess you up. It does. It jacks you up and saves you at the same time.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times what we don't understand is that education is not supposed to agree with you in your present. It's supposed to deconstruct you for your future. In seminary, as in the School of Business, as in the School of Arts and Sciences, as in the School of Education, it deconstructs you and reconstructs you at the same time.
Sure does.
And so what you're getting in those 2 classes as a successful young, you're not as young as you used to be.
Hey, man, I'm younger than both of y'all, though.
As a successful Black man, you are being deconstructed to rebuild yourself for the greater season that God has for you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a minister and you're saying, man, I don't know, da-da-da-da-da, here's the thing that I want you to understand. You will never know what God has for you if you sit among people who are midgets trying to wear giant clothes. Anybody that discourages you from becoming better is not your ally, even if they're your pastor. You are not on my side if you want me to stay like you.